May the force be with you. Hey guys, Richard here, Metal Fan, bringing you guys a new 2014 album review, and I'm pretty sure I gave you all a hint because for those of you who can't read the title, I sort of played the theme for the Darth Vader's theme from Star Wars, and I thought that would fit well with the video or the review we're going to be talking about. And today we're going to be looking into the 10th full-length studio album from Polish death metal band Vader, entitled Tibi et Igni, if I'm saying that right. Now, they're a death metal band from Poland, like I already said, for those of you who don't know who Vader are. They're very underground, and they've been around for a long-ass time. They formed in 1983, and they've been around forever. In fact, they didn't really get started until they released their first album, I forgot what it was called for some reason, in 1992. Now, what to say about this album? Like, I've listened to Vader's discography before, and I've noticed with every album they've gotten more and more better. They've pretty much gotten more heavy and more brutal. They're kind of like very like fine wine. They just get better with age and better with every listen. And now with their 10th full-length album, Tibi et Igni, which comes out next week, I think through Nuclear Blast Records. I've heard the stream a day or two ago, and I was very impressed. Like, holy shit! Like, I'm really excited for this album. As a fan of death metal and I'm a fan of Vader, I really am looking forward to this album. But let's get into this album, shall we? Now, the album opens up with the song "Go to Hell," which starts out very different. Like, they have a bit of a different thing for Vader in this album. It starts off with a bit of a more orchestral feel. It's sort of like a big epic way to start off this monster of an album. And it has some very heavy riffs, and I thought that was a really great song. It's also a really great way to start off this album. I really enjoyed that a lot. Then we get to the next song. It's called Where Angels Weep, which has a very classic death metal feel. It just has some really intense guitar solos on that song. I really enjoy it a lot. One of my favorite songs off this album. Thought it was a really great song. Next song is called Armada on Fire. Which I can tell it's pretty much where the guitars pretty much stand out on this track, especially the bass. I think is a bit more higher up on the mix on this song. Thought it was a pretty good song. I really enjoyed that a lot. Then we get to Triumph of Death, which is pretty much a very epic song, I have to say. Just mainly in the chorus, it just sounds really powerful. In fact, the riffs on that song musically, it sounds almost thrash metal a bit, like a la Metallica, old Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer. I thought that was a pretty good song. Then we get to the next song called Hexenkessel, if I'm saying that right, which has some really great riffs, and I really love the awesome guitar solos on that song. It's a really great song. I thought it was pretty good. Then we get to Abandon All Hope, which is kind of similar to Triumph of Death. Very epic feel to it, and just mainly in the chorus, it just sounds really, just chanting, it's just really powerful. Really enjoy it a lot. Then we get to the next on the album is called Worms of Eden, which is one of the only pretty much very dark song on the album, and honestly mainly in the vocals and I think the tremolo picking almost feels like it has a little bit of a black metal feel to it. Feel it similar to like Behemoth did almost. It has has a really dark black metal type vibe to it. I thought it was fucking brutal, awesome. Then we get to the next song on the album is called The Eye of the Abyss, which is a really good song. One of my favorite songs off this album. I thought it was pretty awesome. It's just a very epic and just really amazing. Next song on the album is called Light Reaper, which is okay, I guess. I thought it was okay, but not one of the best songs, but I thought it's decent. Then we get to the next song, last song on the album, which is the closer, called The End. And I thought it was pretty interesting having the last song on the album being called The End. And to me, this is sort of like the big grand finale, sort of like one last hurrah before we finish this album. And holy shit, it's a great one. Now overall, Tibi et Igni by Vader, really good album. Good album. I was really impressed about this album. If I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give this album a solid 8.5 out of 10. So yep, that's my review of the new Vader, guys. Just comment below what you guys think. So yeah, I'll see you guys later, and keep it metal.